what is your square footage? Do you know?
Like 1450, I think, the square footage of that.
That's fine. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps.
I
And
think it might be 1430 or something like that. It's
okay.
over 14, but less than 15. That I know for sure.
Okay. Are you going back with the same color?
You know, I'd like to go a little bit lighter.
Okay.
But I know we can't go real light because it's likely to bleed through. So I don't want to go with primer or an extra coat of paint or anything.
Well, yeah. That would be, and it looks like you researched it enough to know that probably the same color might be one coat,
right.
And a different color, anything reasonable would probably be two.
Okay.
So, and
what's the difference roughly between one coat and two? It's not twice as expensive, is it? Or
I'll quote it. We'll quote it. I'll write it up, and I'll get your email address at the end, and I'll give you all the information so you can make an informed decision.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, just so you guys know what's going on here is. We originally were prepping this house to sell it because we're moving.
Okay.
But now housing prices right now are just in the toilet here, so we're prepping it to rent. So the idea is to make it presentable.
Okay.
And you know, we're not looking to. Even the housing values aren't that great in this house. So
I will tell you that rentals,
kind of economy job.
Rentals are different. You treat rentals different. I know it's your personal residence. You lived in it, so you have feelings about the house. But rentals, you economize. You get a good paint job on it. And if you think it'll rent with this color, then you try not to spend more than you have to.
Right. But we are hoping to come back in a year or two and sell it. So.
Sure, I understand.
How much lighter are you thinking about going?
No, I mean, I said because I wouldn't want to push anything and have it bleed through. But if we thought we could go a shade lighter, I would like to go a shade lighter.
Sure.
You know? Ultimately, I don't think it matters a huge amount for this house, but this is a kind of dull, you know, unattractive, dated color. So.
Well, you're right. I mean, we could put a primer on this and probably put any color you want to, but it would be a prime and two cover coats instead of probably one coat of exactly what you have versus, and even if you go a shade lighter, I would not expect for you to get exactly that color.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but
if the color didn't, you know, didn't exactly match, but you couldn't tell that you were bleeding through another color. That didn't matter too much.
We can try it. We'll do a test spot.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, as is a quick answer. But let's walk around, take a look, show us your points of repair, and you know, I mean, I'd obviously say the trim boards will be a different color. The soffit would be.
Well, you know, it could go the same color again. It doesn't really matter to me.
Okay, so it's basically one color all the way around. Okay.
Are you going with a stain or paint?
Paint. Well, yeah. I mean, I think this is a paint that's on here now. I don't really know.
It's a stain on the wood, but it's a solid color.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, your paint is...
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one place where I don't want to get too...
flat or like a satin?
Again, it doesn't matter too much to me. In the sense of the paint, you know, if I get a little more durability out of one over the other, I would rather go with the more durable paint.
Sure, no question. And what we'll do is leave everything here and kind of tuck in behind it.
Okay.
And if it comes off quick and easy, like some of these is one screw, I'd rather paint behind it.
Right.
But here again, I don't want to have to call an electrician out here and pay him $500.
No need to do that. In fact, I can help identify what things aren't even being used at all.
That's all.
We don't have a hardwired phone anymore. Never have in this house.
Most people.
So
agree.
I could even have that off.
That's fine. And, you know, identify, because we'll take it off, we'll leave it off, we'll let whatever appropriate company come in, because, you know, it looks like that you may have a connection here for a coax that you're not using. And our point is we don't want to disturb anything we don't have to. Let's keep the cost reasonable.
Sure. Excellent.
Would you want the fence done? Anything here?
No, the fence is fine.
Okay.
I'm just going to do a little repairs on that myself, but I don't think I'm going to paint it.
Okay. Somebody's building a pretty deck. Look at that.
Yeah, it's taking me long enough to do it on the weekends with one guy.
Yeah?
There's some work on the trim right there. You see that bump out, or whatever you want to call it, those need replaced.
All right. And what you're talking about is that little 18-inch 2-foot board right there. Is that right?
Well, the 2-foot board, and even here, see, looks like there was a lot here in this one.
I do. It's
so
that's probably 8 foot of fascia. You've got a looks like a new piece of shingle molding here.
Nobody bothered to paint,
including
me.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, and let's see. It's that one board, the fascia, the shingle mold, and This one doesn't look good either. The complementary on that side, right there on those corners.
Yeah, yeah.
But this one starts to look better.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Obviously we would pressure clean before, and if at all possible, to have someone home, because we can't guarantee how watertight your windows are. We don't make an effort to get water in your house, but we do need to clean as much as I can.
Right.
You've got a crack here, I see on that one, on the top sash.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah. The windows, there's a couple of problems. I can actually put some tape on that or something before you guys come, or even have them repaired. That's on our list of things to get done.
Okay.
Before you guys come. Also,
Sure.
I could probably, I'm going to take a couple weeks off here pretty soon.
Yeah.
And we could try to schedule it where you guys are working when I'm here, you know.
What do you do?
I'm actually, my wife and I are both scientists. I work at NC State and she works at Duke.
How cool is that? What's your discipline?
We're both in plant sciences.
Yeah.
She's more hands-on right now. We both were at one time, but now I'm more with the computer.
Yeah.
Bio, you know, what they call genomics and bioinformatics.
I worked for a guy in Chapel Hill that worked with the genome over there a lot. I mean, he was a really, really cool guy from California, and to look at him, you would have thought that Lebowski was walking out you. I mean, he was the dude.
Yeah,
And he was brilliant. I mean, scary guy. I mean, my graduate assistantship was in entomology at Clemson, and we studied a lot of that stuff, and you know, didn't move into the plant area much, but you know, science is just fun.
Yeah, it is. It can be a frustrating thing to do as well, because you're so subject to governmental whims and so forth. You know, fortunately, my wife got a good job at Purdue, so we're set for a while. But
anytime you say the word government, it doesn't ease people's lives.
No,
usually, not quite any time, but
no. But it's the one case where, you know, that's one case where I don't know who else would do what needs to be done if the government wasn't funding part of it. Monsanto and all those companies are motivated solely by profit, and they just as soon spray the world with chemicals as anything else.
No question. No question. I remember the roach arena that we had in the big stainless steel, and we would treat it with things and put the dog food and the beer in the middle that they would kind of figure out which thing they liked to deal with the best. And the guy was working through his PhD, was my roommate, and they said, you know, if I can figure out that thing, you know, we'll call Orkin tomorrow morning. You know.
Oh, there's certainly a place. I mean, that's the thing. There's certainly a place for every approach. You know. This board here, the squirrels have been chewing on it. But I think just paint it, because you're liable to replace it and the squirrels will be back in chewing on it again. I don't think there's really any harm there.
I actually work for a botanist here, and Stan from New York got a chemical, oil-based chemical mixed with a cayenne pepper. And the joy, older guy in his life, was painting things with it. The squirrels would light on, like, you know, the deck post. And they would get into it. He was just so much joy in watching them, and then they would just respond. But anyhow, you know, it's you know, it's rather aggressive.
Yeah, they can't. I don't know what is about the spot, and I don't even know if they're doing it anymore. Frankly,
well, they were eating his house the same way, but you know, just to get a coat of paint on it would help it.
Yeah, every once in a while they just find a spot that they tend to like. The deck, the old deck on there, was one of their favorites for years.
It's a basic 1x3.
Is that